Okay, we're live. I was just talking for like 5 minutes and like, and like I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So we are live, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're not on here live right now, that's fine. Thank you so much for actually just watching this broadcast. It will be posted on my website. So I just thank you all for just taking the time out of your day to listen to this motivational, and I hope that it is a blessing for you, because everything I talk about, it definitely blesses me, because I feel like the Lord is trying to tell me something too. So as always, I'm going to leave the link, or not the link, but I'm going to leave the email and the website for you guys to contact me. And since I'm recording live, I have to do that afterwards, but it will be posted on my website. So as all of you guys know who watch my video blogs, you guys know that I always start off with the stories, so it's not going to be any different. So I'm just going to jump right in. So you know how just when it seems like everything is going great and perfect in your life, all of a sudden something happens and it seems like a ton of bricks just like hit you, and you're like, dang, like, because you know at first you're like, yeah, everything's good, everything, I'm happy with life, and you know, ain't no problems, ain't no issues, and then something comes up and it just like hits you like a ton of bricks and you weren't expecting it. Well, for the past couple weeks I've been experiencing this, and it has not been fun. It seems like I have been like kind of like on this emotional roller coaster I'm trying so hard to get off of, but I can't get off of it because it's just kind of stuff that's just kind of just hitting me and hitting me and hitting me. And when it seems like everything is kind of, you know, calming down, it like picks back up. It's like, oh, okay, here we go again, here we go again. So, you know, and I've realized that it kind of like affects my mood and my day and my energy. And so, you know, it's so, for example, it started off with my dad going to the hospital. So I'm like, okay, you know, everything was great, everything was going good, and it's like, okay, he's in the hospital now. Okay, good, he's better. So now we're going down, and everything's peachy, everything's great. And then I've had a falling out with my friend that was completely unexpected. So now we're going back up, and it's about to be like this whole thing again. And then, okay, you know what, I'm good with that. So we coming back down. And then, you know, I find out something that, in a way that I didn't want to find it out. So now I'm just like, okay, now we up here again, we going up here again. Okay, but now, you know what, I'm just going to mellow it out. So in the past few weeks, I feel like my emotions have kind of been up and down. But the thing about it is, I don't let it consume me. I don't let it consume me. We have to learn how to not let our emotions overtake us, our thoughts, our mood, our behavior, our day, how we respond to people, because sometimes we find ourselves so caught up in how we feel that we lash out at the first person that is near. And they ain't got nothing to do with the issue. So now you find yourself stuck in a situation where you really weren't trying to be in. So now you got to try to get yourself out of this situation, and then you got to also try to get yourself out of the situation that you're already facing, right? So we have to actually try and be conscious and to not allow ourselves, our mood, and how we respond to people to get the best of us based on something else that is going on in our life. Over the years, I've learned the importance of seeking Christ during my emotional unstableness. Like, it's been amazing, because that is the only way that I've been able to manage these emotional roller coasters, because we all go through them. We all go through emotional roller coasters. We all have them. We all experience them, right? So, like, how do you manage? How are you able to deal with it? And for me, I literally have to go and seek Christ. I can't even take credit, because I know that if it weren't for him, I would be laid out in a corner, depressed, sad, crying, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. If you hear that noise, it's our garage door is opening. But whatever the case may be, sometimes we allow our mood to alter our entire day. For what? For what? It doesn't have to. That same power that Jesus had walking this earth is now living in you through the Holy Spirit. We have to learn how to utilize that power that God has placed inside of us. I know that I can't handle it on my own. I know that if I tried, I would have probably made the situation completely worse. But I can't do it on my own, and I acknowledge that. And when you acknowledge that, you'll be like, okay, I know somebody that can do it. I know this somebody that can handle this entire situation, so I'm just going to go to him. I'm going to go to him. I've learned that regardless of how I feel with my emotions, regardless of how people treat me, regardless of how, I expect people to treat me how I would treat them, with that same respect. And when I don't get it, I'm just like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And it's really, really, really discouraging when you don't get that same respect in return. But again, I'm like, okay, people aren't going to treat you the way you treat them. And that's life. It is what it is. That's life. But when I find myself upset because of that, because of how people treat me, what people say to me, I find it a lot easier for me, myself, to actually go to Christ and let him deal with the situation. When I'm mad, I literally go to him and I praise and I pray my way through. When I'm sad, I praise and I pray my way through. When I want to take matters into my own hands, I praise and I pray my way through. When I want to say a few things to somebody that said something to me, I praise and I pray my way through. That's the only way that we can actually keep focused on God, regardless of the situation. I literally be like, Lord, please, like, take the situation in your hand. I'm frustrated. I tell him how I am. I'm frustrated. My emotions are all out of whack. This person made me so mad, but you know what? In spite of it, I thank you. I love you. You're so awesome. You're amazing. There's no one like you. In the midst of this mess, I know that you are working it out. Your love is so prevalent. You are so mighty. But God, I need you to help me. Help me through this situation. Help them through this situation. Why are they treating me like this? Help me understand. Help me get understanding as to why they're treating me like this. But God, you are so good. You are so mighty. While you're going to God, don't just go to him and be like, Lord, look, like this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need. Go to him and thank you. Thank you. And when I do that, when you start praising and thanking him for who he is and claiming that he will go ahead and handle the situation, you find yourself no longer thinking about whatever it is that you're going through. You find yourself just praising God. Like, God, you're so awesome. At first I'm going to God like, look, I'm mad. I don't know what to do, but God, I know that you are good, and I know that you are great, and I know what you can do, and I'm standing on your promises, God. And then you just feel this love just overpower you, and it comes down, and it's just like, oh my gosh, God, you're so awesome. And then half the time I find myself in tears, because I'm just like, God, this situation is more than me, but you are so awesome. Regardless of what it is that I'm going through, you are amazing. There's nobody like you. You are great. And I trust you. I trust that you have this situation in your hand. I know that if I try to handle it on my own, I will be somewhere in somebody's face saying all this and that, this and that, this and that. But no, we have to get our emotions in check. Instead of going and handling it on your own, take a step back. I literally have to take a step back. When last week I got nasty text messages from the friend that I fell out with. Nasty text messages. And when I saw it, my first initial response was, oh, okay, well, let me go ahead and say what I want to say. But then I had to stop. And I was like, what good is this going to do? So I erased it. I put my phone down, and I was just like, Lord, I'm so frustrated. And I don't want to say things that's not going to be honoring and pleasing to you. So help me through this. I pray for me. I pray for her. And then I just started giving God praise, because I already knew that he was doing a work in that. He was doing a complete work in that. And I thank him for that. And I thank him for that. I thank him for that. When you start praising, when you start thinking and honoring God, at least in my life, I found it to the point where I stopped thinking about the situation, but I'm just honoring God. Like, God, why am I so angry about this? You are so good. You are so awesome. Why am I worrying about this? Some of y'all are so busy trying to go to your friend and your family member for advice that you skip the most important step, that you skip going to God and asking God for advice. Giving it to him. Giving it to him. Not everybody has your best interest at heart. You can't take every situation to anybody. You're out there trying to live right. You're trying to live right, and you want to make the best decisions that's honoring and that's pleasing to Christ. Then why are you trying to get advice from somebody that's not, sharing the same motives that you have? Somebody that's not walking that same walk with you. Where are they going to lead you? It's like the blind leading the blind. You can't be led by somebody that is, let me rephrase that. when you're trying to seek advice from somebody, because I do it. I do it. I'm not saying not to get advice from somebody. But what I'm saying is, if you are, don't go to somebody that is not going to have your best interest at heart. Like me, back before I rededicated my life to God, my attitude was on 10. It was on 10. So I wouldn't go to somebody mad and be like, look, girl, this is what happened. And then my homegirl like, yeah, well, let's go handle it. Let's go handle it. Da, 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 da. And then I find myself in a situation that I don't want to be in. Why would I go to her knowing she about to be on 10? No, I need to go to somebody that's, look, okay, I know that you're upset. Let's pray about it. Let's talk about it. Let's find ways where we can get through this without going back to where you used to be. Why? Why are you going to go? Be mindful of who it is, who you try to seek advice from. Who you try to seek advice from. Because people can be so detrimental to your growth. And that's why you have to be you literally have to discern who it is that you are going to and seeking advice from. Proverbs 3, I'm reading it right now. Proverbs 3, chapter 3, verse 5 and 6, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. If we're not expected to lean on our own understanding, then whose understanding are we expected to lean on? We have to lean on God. We can't lean on, okay, well, you know what? I just think that I'm just going to do this. And you probably start popping the neck and doing all that. Well, I'm going to do this because from my understanding, I think that I should do. No. What do you think? What is it that you think he wants you to do? What is it that you think that he wants you to do? That's who you need to be following. He will make your path straight. He will make your path straight. In all your ways, acknowledge him. When you're mad, when you're sad, when you're upset, when you're in every situation, take it to him. I'm not saying you can't go to people and tell them about what's going on, because I do it, but I make sure that I do it to the right people. I'm not going to go to people and be like, girl, what should I do? Well, I would do this. I would do that. I would do this. And just kind of just like telling you all these things that you know that's not right. And then both of y'all just sitting there like, yeah, girl, It's not worth it. It's not worth it. In all your ways, in every situation, go to him and he will lead you. He will guide you. He will make your path straight. He will show you which way to go. He will do it. But the most important thing that we need to be doing, is seeking God, because he can handle our emotions. Literally, fall on your face in prayer. Like I said earlier, I go to him prayer when I'm mad, when I'm sad, when I'm angry, and then at the end of it, I just find myself praising and just so happy, like, God, you work so good. I can't do this by myself. But you can. And I know that you have this right in your hand. I don't have to stress out about it. I don't. If I'm mad about one thing one day, if I'm irritated about something one day, I will not be irritated about it the next day. It will not happen, because I do not let stuff follow me. I don't do it because it's not healthy for your growth. It's not healthy for your growth. Don't let your emotions consume you, because they don't have to. You allow it. You allow it to consume you. You allow it. Stop letting it have that much power. Like God's power could overpower you. Let him lead you and guide you and direct you and make your path straight and show you what it is that you need to do. So this week, whatever comes up, make sure that you are, first off, seeking Christ. That's the number one thing. Go to him and seek him. And then second off, make sure that if you do go to somebody, make sure that you guys are walking the same walk. Don't go to somebody that's going to be, down to ride, do a drive-by in 10 seconds. Don't go to them, because it's only going to make the situation worse. And then you have to ask yourself, how is that pleasing to God? So this week, really, 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 really be intentional on seeking God. Going to him in prayer. Lord, and go to him however you feeling. I go to him sometimes when I'm mad. Look, Lord, you already know I'm mad. I'm mad. He already knows. Sometimes I be like, Lord, I'm so sad. Like I cry, oh, la, 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 la. I need you. I can't do this by myself. He already knows. Sometimes I just go to him like, God, you're so awesome. So amazing. He already knows that too. Be intentional. Try not to let your emotions consume you, because it doesn't have to. So this week, I want you guys to do that. I want you guys to definitely, try not to fall into that trap of like, okay, I'm mad, so I'm gonna let no, that's not an excuse. Yes, you may be upset, you may be angry. That's not an excuse. You being angry is not an excuse. Don't act out on it. The sin is not being angry. You can be angry. The sin is how you act out in that anger. That's where we have to watch. That's where we have to stop and be like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this. So this week, you guys, be so intentional. Don't let your emotions consume you. If you find yourself in a situation, or if you find yourself on an emotional roller coaster like I've been the past 2 weeks, but now I'm good. Thank God I'm good. I'm off the roller coaster. Make sure that you don't let those emotions consume you. Seek God. Go to Him first. Don't act out in your anger. Don't act out in your sadness. Don't try to, get back at somebody for doing something to you. Because in the end, you don't want to regret doing something that you really wasn't trying to do in the first place. Later on, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. No regrets. We're not going to do the things that make us regret. So this week, email me, beautifully.you@gmail.com, or visit the website www.bebeautifulllyu@gmail. No, bebeautifulllyu.com. I always get those mixed up. I need to get my life together. So the email, beautifully.you@gmail.com. The website, bebeautifulllyu.com. We have a Facebook page and everything like that, but you can get connected with that on the website. And then just really, 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 really be intentional about not letting your emotions consume you. Email me, Facebook me. Y'all know I like to chat with y'all. I get a whole bunch of Facebook messages, which I absolutely enjoy reading. I like connecting with you guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning into our first live broadcast. I'm so excited. Yay! So I think we're going to try to do this every week because I actually like it. I like it a lot. And then we can maybe start incorporating asking you guys can ask questions and things like that. Email me questions, and then I can answer some of your questions as well. So I will see you guys next week. My light just went off. I will see you guys next week. As always, be bold, be beautiful, and always be you. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.